This is my retire early on $962 a month in Cebu City in the Philippines. We will be in the Philippines for about 6 months this time. We have 5 more places to report to you. Then we will continue slowly traveling the world and sharing our favorite places to retire cheap in paradise at the webpage vagabondbuddha.com. Many of you have told us that you would like to retire in places that have larger, fully staffed hospitals. In the Philippines, that generally means a larger city. People travel from rural areas to larger cities in the Philippines to visit the better-known hospitals. In that case, being in or near a larger city like Cebu City would be a good choice for you. But Cebu City is slightly more expensive than surrounding rural areas. So depending on how far you are willing to be from a major hospital, you may want to consider smaller surrounding communities. Other people like city life more in the Philippines. There are larger malls with greater selection, more foreign and domestic restaurants, and a larger dating pool if you're single and looking for love in the Philippines. Then there are people like me. I prefer all the choices and excitement you get in a mid to large sized city, but I also love nature. But I also like going on trips to nearby beautiful nature spots at least once a month. Cebu City seems ideal for that. Plus, Cebu City has amazing internet connectivity because it is home to many companies that offer call centers to businesses all over the world. That means the city is full of educated young people that speak many languages and have discretionary income. So Cebu City is a vibrant city with a higher standard of living than many other parts of the Philippines. You guys almost always ask for estimates on the basic cost of living. So here we go with that. Here are our estimated basic living expenses. Groceries, you will save $1.50 of money if you shop in the open air market we show you. Cebu City has a large shipment of fruits and vegetables arriving at their docks. Some of it ends up in the Expat grocery stores, and you'll find it in all the larger malls around the city. But if you make grocery runs once a week to the open air market, Carbon Market, and you take the time to find sellers with the best quality and price, you'll be able to reduce your grocery store bills substantially. It doesn't matter how rich you are. When you see the quality and price difference, you'll understand why weekly runs to the open air market for fruits, vegetables, and proteins is such a great idea. By shopping like locals in this way, we estimate about $220 per month for fresh daily food, which we would prepare at home ourselves. That is how we would manage our grocery store budget. Expats that shop in expat-style grocery stores in the larger malls where they often buy imported comfort foods from overseas often report spending much more, $400 to $500 a month for groceries, so keep that in mind. Okay, restaurants. Cebu City has a large range of restaurants, food carts, and outdoor markets to choose from. In general, the closer you are to the call centers, expensive areas, or expat areas, the higher the food prices are. No surprise, right? This is true all over the world. Since we're staying in the Cebu IT Park, this restaurant's prices were on the higher end. So it was not unusual to see entrees for about $6 US or even more. But once your feet are on the ground and you have had a little time to shop, you will start to find better deals. One such indoor restaurant with AC that Chung really loved was the Barangay Seoul restaurant. See the restaurant links in the report below. It includes one main meat, one side choice, and 2 vegetable sides, a soup, and rice for 145 Philippine pesos, which is $2.63. So although you'll find meals in the local Filipino restaurants outside these expensive zones for around $2 to $4 USD, the meals where you will see foreigners eating range from about $5 to $10 per person or even more. So if we retired in Cebu City and enjoyed mostly more local restaurants, but also foreign restaurants a few times per month, but eat most of our meals at home, we estimate that we would spend about $180 per month on restaurants. Okay, rents. We stayed at a place in the Cebu IT Park for about $23 per night, but that was the rate if you stay for only 1 week. So today I searched in Airbnb for the 1 month rate and found this place for $415 per month, which includes utilities and internet. But if we're looking for something more local feeling for long term, for a better rate, for say 6 to 12 months, we would do what the locals do to find cheaper rent. It isn't always easy, but we can usually get a better price than the online price with our apartment rental process. I'll put a link below so you can read about that. So we would put our feet on the ground in Cebu City and find our favorite neighborhoods in order to find a landlord offering something longer term. Based on what we learned, we estimate that we would be able to get a place for around $350 per month plus utilities. Okay, utilities would run around $50 per month and the internet would run around $50 per month. But we'd have our own router, so we would have better control of speeds. If we lived in Cebu City, we would buy a used scooter and a couple of helmets for $1,000. We would take a Grab taxi to get groceries home, so we estimate that our transportation would average around $60 per month. Okay, cell data. We paid about $10 US for our smart SIM card and data, which included 22 gigabytes of data per month. Laundry. It cost us about $5 per week to drop off and pick up laundry for washing, dry, and fold. So we estimate about $20 per month for laundry, drop off, and pick up. Water. Reverse osmosis drinking water in 20-liter bottle jugs delivered to our house would be about 60 pesos per month per jug, or about $22 per month. Okay, alcohol, of course, which is optional. Some people don't drink. San Miguel Pilsen Grande beers are about 200 pesos, or $3.63 US each in the restaurants and bars. The Grande is about 2 beers, so beers are about $1.80 in restaurants and bars. But you will see regular sized San Miguel Pilsen beers in stores for about 60 pesos, or $110 US each. We would drink mainly at home, so we estimate about $150 per month in alcohol for the two of us. Okay, entertainment, which is optional. We estimate that we would spend around $200 per month for entertainment, which includes trips, tours, hiking, and that sort of thing. Okay, let's sum this up then. So to retire early on $962 per month in Cebu City would sum like this. Rents $350, groceries $220, utilities $50, restaurants $180, cell data $10, laundry $20, water $22, internet $50, transportation $60, recurring total of $962. If you add the optional alcohol of $150, you're at $1,212, and if you add optional entertainment of $200, you would be at $1,412. Not all of your potential expenses are listed in the above table. Visit Numbeo in the Philippines and add anything you spend money on in your home country each month that it's not mentioned in the above table. This is our estimated cost of living if the two of us moved here on a tight budget. To fully understand what it would cost you to live here, you must do an exploratory visit and put your feet on the ground. Our costs of living are generally much lower than a new travelers or new expats because we are great bargain hunters. But there are a few people that live cheaper than we do. Never move anywhere until you have first visited personally to verify the living costs for your lifestyle and needs. I'm not guaranteeing you these prices. These are just my notes and estimates from the time of my visit and this post. Your costs will likely be drastically different depending on your lifestyle and the time since this post. More typical expat living costs in the Philippines when they first move overseas range from about $1,400 to $2,500 per month. But people spending that much often have higher incomes and pensions. They often report spending more on entertainment, eating out more often, and more on expensive alcohol. Many also have more expensive cars, higher rents, on houses or apartments. Okay, now I'll share my livability factors and the overall retirement desirability score for Cebu City. These are the factors I think about when I consider a place for early retirement potential. And by the way, these are all in writing. Everything I talk about along with restaurants and tours and all of that is on the first link in the notes below this YouTube video. So, after I discuss each factor, I'll assign an overall retirement desirability score to Cebu City. I'm writing the following based on my personal experience in Cebu City. Okay, walkability. I would say medium desirability. Cebu City is large, but in many neighborhoods like Cebu IT Park, most things you need for daily life other than the Carbon Market are within walking distance. But we would want to buy our fresh fruits and vegetables at least once a week in the Carbon Market. There's a bus running back and forth from Cebu IT Park to Carbon Market. So that alone would not be enough reason to buy a scooter. But if we decided to buy a used scooter and 2 helmets later, that would cost around $1,000. Okay, internet, high desirability. You'll have to get your own router if you plan on having workable internet speeds. That would be around $50 per month. But the speeds in Cebu City IT Park area are amazing because all the call centers are so important to the local economy. So we had download speeds of about 331 megabits per second and 67 megabits per second in our router. Okay, food. I would say medium. Cebu City has an amazing assortment of restaurants for meat eaters mostly, but some restaurants have a dish or two for vegetarians, and there are even a few restaurants that are 100% vegetarian or vegan. So I would say medium. I would find myself cooking a lot at home because I'm a vegetarian, but 𝐿 is not a vegetarian, and so it's easier for her to eat there. Okay, transportation. I would say high. We didn't see jeepneys, local style Jeep buses, or tricycle taxis inside Cebu IT Park. They must not be allowed. But if you walk outside Cebu IT Park, you'll see them running everywhere. But the terminal bus station inside Cebu IT Park was so efficient, clean, and cheap, we just used those. Plus, I like how they have the main stops where they are going on the side of the bus so you know which bus to jump into. And the buses are pretty cheap. Okay, weather. I would say it's medium. The average daily temperatures range very little from average highs of 85 Fahrenheit, which is 29 Celsius in January, to the higher average highs of 91 Fahrenheit or 33 Celsius in May. The average nightly lows also range very little from 75 Fahrenheit or 24 Celsius in January to 78 Fahrenheit or 26 Celsius in May. The most rain falls from June through January when it rains 9 to 11 days per month. Read this extra report, Where to Stay in the Philippines to Avoid the 5 Kinds of Natural Disasters. There's a link in this report there under weather. Okay, things to do. Cebu is a large city. If you're looking for white sand beach life, you're a few hours away from the best beaches. But the good news is that buses run all over Cebu Island frequently and cheaply for $3 to $6. But Cebu City is great for other things like people watching, dating, night markets, cooking, yoga, meditation, massage, gyms, restaurants, bar hopping, hiking, live music, coffee shops, scooter rides, city tours, hanging out in great malls, and street food. Okay, healthcare. I would say high. The best healthcare in the Philippines is in Cebu City and Metro Manila. The top hospital that doctors and expats on Cebu Island refer people to is called Chung-Hua Hospital in Cebu City, or the Chinese hospital as it's affectionately called. But I would probably only pay their higher fees for life-threatening challenges, and I would just go to regular doctors in neighborhoods for normal daily treatment or normal life experiences. Okay, expats. I would say hi. You'll meet expats from all over the world in Cebu City. If you're shy, you can meet them online. On Facebook, just search for Cebu City Expats. But make sure to make friends with both local and expats for a richer experience. I explain why in my report, the top 10 mistakes international retirees make. Okay, real estate. I never recommend buying real estate until you've lived somewhere for at least 2 to 3 years. I have a report explaining why retired expats should not buy real estate overseas for the first few years. And make sure to read that before deciding to buy real estate overseas. In the Philippines, you can't own land directly in your name. So some foreigners get a long-term lease on the land, 20 to 30 years, before they build, while others get married and put the property in their Filipino wife or their Filipino husband's name. But do hire a local lawyer if you decide to invest in real estate. Do not use a lawyer referred to you by someone with a conflict of interest with you, such as a new local spouse, a real estate broker, or your spouse's family. Okay, visas. I would say hi. For your exploratory visit to the Philippines, citizens of many countries can obtain a 30-day visa-free stamp upon arrival at the international airports. Plus, you can extend your tourist visa for a total of 36 months in the Philippines without bothering with a retirement visa. The monthly visa extension costs are about $30 per month. After the 36 months, you just leave the Philippines, go to another country, and then fly right back to start the whole 36-month process over again. For this reason, almost nobody that I've met in the Philippines bothers to get a retirement visa. Okay, Cebu City overall retirement desirability score. I would say it's highly desirable. If you're more of a city person that likes to visit the mountains and beaches on long weekends, and you want to be closer to healthcare, then Cebu City is a great match for you. The unique thing about Cebu City in the Philippines is that it is large enough to provide you with city life not so sprawling as Manila. Plus, Cebu City has ferries running to other islands and buses running all over Cebu Island, so you can get to nature when the mood strikes without driving. The cost of living for city life is reasonable here. Plus, the carbon market is a real jewel in the crown of Cebu City. But you'll need to put your feet on the ground here for an exploratory visit to determine if Cebu City is right for you and what it will cost you to live here. Okay, thanks for reviewing my report. Retire early on $9.62 a month in Cebu City in the Philippines. This is Dan of Vagabond Awake, the YouTube channel for vagabondbuddha.com. The world is your home. What time will you be home for dinner? Hey, if you liked our video, please like, comment, or subscribe. Any of that would help our business. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Click the link in the notes below this video to get a copy of this content. Plus, grab a free copy of my ebook, How I Fired My Boss and Traveled the World for 13 Years. While you're there, check out our catalog of retired cheap reports all over the world and our hobby income course that we just released. Thanks so much.